there's so many of us in WWE who love college football. I played at Iowa, Roman Reigns played at Georgia Tech. So many of us have a real fervor for college football as well. And it's so interesting now in this new era of revenue share and NIL, just the amount of different partnerships that can occur. So this is an unconventional one, but I think makes a lot of sense. I mean, honestly, getting to do so many different things in the college football space, I meet so many college football fans who are also wrestling fans as well. So I think there's some real synergy there. And just as a huge college football diehard, I'm really excited to be a part of this partnership.
How does football
No, football has been incredibly helpful for me and just kind of set the tone for my wrestling career. And we're also always actively scouting college athletes, especially college football players, to potentially make the leap when their football days are over to WWE as well. So I'm so thankful for the preparation and also just teaching you to be a self-starter. You know, there were 6 a.m. workouts when I played at Iowa, the rehab I had to deal with. You have to be a self-starter. You have to be motivated to go to classes, to do what you're supposed to do. And that's a huge part of what we do in WWE as well.
You guys have the Next in Line program that works to get college athletes into WWE with NIL. Could you expand on kind of what that means and how helpful that is?
Yeah, no, I was really involved with that the last couple of years. And I think what I loved before is when I was at Iowa, there wasn't a clear pathway to how to get to WWE. And now there really is. If it's something that you really want to do, we have our NIL program where you can come out to a WrestleMania, to a SummerSlam while you're still in college. And we're also actively recruiting people who are looking, you know, at the end of their careers to see what it's like to potentially to make the jump to WWE as well. So now I love that there's a clear pipeline. If you want to get involved with WWE, this is the way.
What makes the Big 12 conference the conference that WWE wants to partner with?
What I love is the Big 12 feels like a coin flip every single year. Having Arizona State pick dead last season, and then having this incredible year, winning the Big 12, going on to nearly beat Texas in the playoffs. That's what I love about the Big 12 is you really never know who's going to win. It's a ton of fun, and we're also in 4 different markets while the Big 12 is. For SmackDown, the day before, you can catch us. We're also in Dublin when Iowa State plays as well. So I'm excited just for that partnership because I think there's a lot of natural synergy with the Big 12 and WWE.
Your thoughts on the WWE?
The Big 12 itself, you see the markets in Texas especially where the wrestling is really big there. Are you hoping to grow those already big markets that y'all aren't established?
No, absolutely. I think now, especially with this Netflix partnership and what we're doing with SmackDown on USA as well, I think there's always an opportunity to get new eyes. And there's so many people who aren't familiar with WWE or who might be lapsed fans. Hey, I watched 20 years ago. But now it's a great time to kind of announce that, hey, we're here. Our product is fresh. We have some great new stars on the women's side, on the men's side as well. Some really incredible athletes. So we're hoping to grow our audience with this partnership with Big 12.
Your thoughts on this busy weekend for WWE, you know, with SmackDown Friday, then, you know, the 2 events like taking place Saturday night's main event as well as NXT as well.
Yeah, well, I've been on record talking about my love for Goldberg. I'm a huge Goldberg fan. And Goldberg is having his very last match this Saturday in Atlanta. I'll also be a part of the Evolution broadcast, having our second Evolution. I think the first one was in 2018. An all-women's pay-per-view, premium live event, as we call them, is really exciting. So it is a very packed weekend for WWE, but an exciting one.
Do you see Goldberg be able to possibly win the title and possibly his last match?
It is very possible, although if I had to put my money on anyone, as much as it pains me as a huge Goldberg fan, I'll probably go Gunther.
How do you manage, from the night of the injury, obviously it was scary for many fans, but you kept that positivity online pretty much from day one. Where does that come from?
I could talk your head off about meditation and mindfulness, but I'm someone who I really struggled with my mental health. I had when I played football at Iowa, I had a ton of injuries. I tore both my ACLs, I broke my right patella, tore my left pec, and it was very, very hard for me. And it's one of the things I hope there are more conversations with athletes and injuries. I feel like so often we focus on the physical, but the mental toll. I know so many of my fellow athletes who really struggle when they're dealing with these long-term injuries. So for me, I'm really grateful to have had the mental tools, and I will continue to preach meditation and mindfulness because it helped me so much. My focus wasn't on what I lost, but it was really on the gratitude. I'm so grateful to not need surgery. I'm grateful for the support and love. Just the outpouring from fans was really incredible. And yeah, that is my focus. So I'm really thankful for the support system I had around me.
Gotta ask, what's your mental coach for this best wrestler?
Oh, I love Coach Dillingham's energy. I got a lot of love for what Dillingham's doing in Arizona State. So let's go with Coach Dillingham.
Great answer. Great answer.
He's
So the partnership has existed since 2023. We had The Undertaker there for the Big 12 title game last year. We had Sami Zayn and Jey Uso present Cam Scatterbo with the Player of the Game WWE Championship. So I think this is going to be something that is going to be ongoing for WWE, especially in this era of NIL, trying to find new ways to partner with great partners. And I think WWE as a global brand truly is that. So I think this is just going to continue to grow and grow. I think there's that potential. Of course, we have Pat McAfee is an announcer for us as well, and obviously does incredible things in sports and entertainment and knows the game as well. I think there are a few of us who know college football. I would love to do more in college football, not necessarily on the X's and O's side, but I just love the pageantry of college football. I love the tradition. I love the mascots. I love the Sooner Scooter. I love all the incredible things that are involved in college football. So yeah, I would love to do more on that end as well. So if you got any contacts, put that out there. That's a great question. You know what? I love the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I love the silliness of that. I think we in WWE could lean into the entertainment side of things. So I think there is potential to do that. I'm sure we can sit and brainstorm some really fun things to do. But I think there are a lot of creative avenues now in this new world.
What do you think is...
You know what? It's not something that I've spoken directly with the company about, but I have some friends who have worked in WWE, and I think it's a really exciting thing, especially now with the playoff having so much emphasis. I think a lot of the other bowls should find new ways to bring in fun. And again, like I referenced the Pop-Tarts Bowl, because I think they're doing some really fun, innovative, silly things, but I think it's such a great way to bring eyes to the product. So I think a WWE Bowl would make it fun.
Pick for the Big 12?
A pick for the Big 12. It's very difficult. Last year, ASU was picked dead last. I would have had Utah. I had Oklahoma State up there. It's hard to say. I might go ASU to repeat.
Ooh. Surprised.
You know, I have so many people in my orbit who, around the time NIL was launched, who thought, this is going to ruin the game, this is going to just really change the dynamic. And it definitely has. But look, when I played, we had so many guys who would send their Pell Grant money home to support their family. So many people who were really using their opportunity in college football to take care of their families back home. So I'm just happy to see that so many of us, like I came out of college football with a lot of injuries, and really I'm grateful for the opportunity, but not really much money in my pocket. So I'm really hopeful that this allows college football players, a lot of them who come from very disadvantaged backgrounds, to take care of their families, to have some money set aside. So when you're done in 4, 5, 6 years, that you can buy a home, that you have the opportunity to set yourself up for the rest of your life. So that for me is the focus. I'm always going to be very player first. And that's my hope, is that NIL just allows guys to take care of their families and set themselves up for years to come. Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing about WWE is the booking is always so dynamic. You really have no idea. You know, Goldberg comes out of nowhere to return, so you never really know. I think we have a really incredible roster, especially on the SmackDown side. A lot of talent that I hope maybe our Laps fans or people who aren't WWE fans can come and see the athleticism, see how incredible they are. So yeah, you never really know. I think there's a lot of potential for that as well. I think Cena, I can't remember what level he played on, but I know he played college football as well. I think he was a center, which you wouldn't think with that body. But yeah, I think Cena's involvement, especially this being the last year, he's going to be an active WWE superstar. I think would make a lot of sense. I know a lot of Big 12 fans would love to see him at games, whether it's in Lubbock, wherever it may be. I think it'd be very cool to see.
Last year at Media Day, I spoke to you about the Big 12 and Arizona State, and you said you're not sure how they'll fare. Now you're here saying they might repeat. You're a huge Dillingham fan.
I'm on the bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon. But I mean, it is so hard to pick, and I think that's the really fun thing about the conference is you look at the Big Ten, and there's about 3 or 4 different schools, and that's pretty much going to be it. Same thing in the SEC. But you really don't know. I think Utah has a great opportunity to. You don't see Utah have sub 500 seasons for long. I think Utah has a great opportunity to bounce back as well. It's really difficult to predict the league, and I think that's what makes the league very good.
How do you think Coach Dillingham would fare as like a manager of sorts in the WWE in that case?
I love the high energy. I love how passionate he is. I think he would do a great job on that end. So yeah, he brings a lot on the energy front.
And you being through that process, what do you think is the biggest piece of advice that you could give to a college athlete looking to make that transition?
Oh man, you know what? I didn't really know what I was getting myself into when I got into WWE. I think when I was under a helmet, you know, the focus is really just on what you do athletically, but it really helped me develop a personality. I was a very quiet, introverted kid. I was never into acting or this side of entertainment as well. But yeah, I would say, as far as a piece of advice, to really go for it, to take chances, to not be afraid to show your personality, to be weird, to be goofy. I made, throughout most of my career, I was very silly, very obnoxious, a little out there, but it really helped me grow as a person, as a character, as a personality. So yeah, don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Usually SmackDowns, Raws, main events, they're always in bigger cities like Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. With this partnership with the Big 12, are you hoping that you can host those kind of events or WWE live events in places like Waco?
Yeah, no, I absolutely, now that we're doing less house shows, we're doing less untelevised shows, there's a little bit less emphasis on smaller markets, but the passion for what we do is so evident in those smaller markets. I'm hoping that we get to go to Waco's, to Lubbock's. We've had shows in Lubbock before, and I hope that we continue to do that for SmackDown as well.
Have you seen any of the Utah players walk around? Because you talk about Utah, they're usually, they have big, meaty men on the defense usually. So have you seen them around here?
Yes, they do have very big, meaty men, and they're going to slap that meat. But I actually haven't had too much time to interact with Utah players. I said hello to one very quickly. But yeah, you guys tend to have a bunch of very large Polynesians on the offensive and defensive lines as well. So yeah, I feel like we should be scouting Utah for sure for the next crop of WWE superstars.
I asked you about last question. I asked you about the coaches, but now about the mascot. Who's winning a mascot World Cup?
Man, the BYU Cougars mascot is so incredibly athletic. I think we're going there. Yeah.
Cosmo, yes.
Cosmo, yes.
And the Big